This is part of a three-part presentation here where I tell you guys, Facebook fans, of all the advice that I got that has allowed me to be where I am today, financially free, and how I made 40 times over my initial 100,000 cash that I had 10 years ago. Now, these were all in investments, okay? There's nothing about selling businesses and all that. And this was really in response to one of my fans who basically asked me, hey, can you give some financial advice? So here it is, part one. And these are really the three advice millionaires told me to my face and how it changed my life during the past 10 years. This was so important, you see, because without this, I'm sure I will not be where I am today. I basically wasted my 20s and 30s basically screwing up, you know. There was a lot of times when I made money, lose money, make money, lose again, and finally lose a lot. And that was my story in my 20s and 30s. So what happened as I was about to approach my 40s, I decided to change my approach rather than reading books and trying it out on myself. I said to myself, okay, I'm going to read books, but I'm also going to check with the real people who have been proven to done things before. And hopefully, by following the advice of these people, I would be able to meet my financial goals. So these are the three advice, the top three. The first one comes from a guy who owns a technology company, and the first thing he said to me was, "You know what? You got to stop marketing and start closing deals. You're spending too much time talking, too much time describing things, too much time trying to sell, but you really got to sit down, close a deal, and convert all your efforts to money." And I think this is very important because as I embark now on my digital business, you see a lot of free stuff being offered here and there, building a client base and all that. But the question you always have to ask is, hey, when is this going to start to convert to money? And when you convert it, is it going to be enough to sustain your lifestyle, you know, your future lifestyle, whether you're working or you want to be financially free? So lesson number one, please start closing the deal and figure out how to monetize your effort. Test it on people who will actually pay for your service. Number two was about the stock market. You see, I had been investing in the Malaysian share market since 1993. It slowly tapered off after 2001 since, you know, I was losing money then. I really didn't know how to do it. So by 2006, I met this guy who said, okay, the best way to go now is apply to IPO. And when the shares go up, you know what? Throw it away, sell it to the retailers. So I said to him, wait. Aren't we supposed to wait until this thing goes up 10 times? He said, no, you got to sell it to the people who, you know, want to speculate. And then you move your money and do other deals. Just buy other stocks, other IPO shares. And that has proven to be a very, very good advice because, you know, now I don't, I say that I trade a lot of shares, especially IPOs. I buy a lot. And then when it goes up and goes for a premium, I sell it and then convert it to cash and move it to the next stock. Now, this also allows me to sleep at night while I'm building wealth because you know what? I have nothing on the market. I don't have to worry whether the market is going up or going down. So that's advice number two. The third advice that's really the mother of all advices that relates to one and two has to be with don't start a business and be an investor. Now, here's the story. In about 2007, you know, I had a business running consulting, 2007, 2008, and I approached this guy who had a business in one of the posh areas here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, in Bangsar. It's called Bangsar. And he pulled me to his room and he gave me some very, very short but very serious advice. You see, he said to me, you know, you see all this business, you see the Mercedes out there, you see this office, you think it's called glamour. What he said to me, no, it's not glamour. It's damn hard work. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to keep this wealth because business goes ups and down. So he said to me, look, here's the deal. If you have a lot of money, just go and find a job, keep that money, invest that money. Trust me, you're going to be much happier. And lo and behold, 8 years later, I am much happier actually, because now with the money, I can just go on, keep on investing, work on capital preservation and getting the yield to sustain my lifestyle. So there it is, the top 3 advices that really changed my life for the past 10 years. I hope you've learned as I've learned from this, because this is something that you really don't find in books. You got to read a lot of books to understand this, but I took these 3 and made it work during the past 10 years. Okay, goodbye for now.